Yes, this is Mr. Controversy, and this is the infamous 3-point conversion station. Keep it locked.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. Mr. Controversy here. Did you miss me? Another great Saturday morning. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in Atlanta. I say it's beautiful because it's around 50 degrees. No sun outside. This is that football weather. We're in the prime of football season, whether NFL or college. Can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? Big games today. Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Kentucky, Michigan, Penn State. What can you ask for that would be better? But anyway, like I said, we're inside a 3-point conversion sports lounge. And I want to give a big shout out to my co-host, The Intellectual. I didn't fire him. No, he didn't quit. He's not on paid leave. He's dealing with, illness, but he's going to be back. And no, get your mind out the gutter. There's nothing like that. He's good. But anyway, he will be back next week. I said it last week, but he was listed as probable on Tuesday, and then he was downgraded to doubtful on Friday. So, but hey, much love, baby. I know you listening. But I always say you always want to keep in good company, and it is great when you are just cool. Just the fact you can say, forget friends, just say I'm cool with a superstar. And this man has been here for the last 4 weeks, sitting in for The Intellectual. My man, H.O., what's going on, baby?
What's happening, fam? Saturday morning, coffee is in hand, ready to do this thing. A wonderful, great Saturday once again. Glad to be here. Shout out to The Intellectual. They called me in from the bullpen once again. I'm so honored to always come in, and when duty calls, you gotta do what you gotta do. Great weekend of sports. You talked Alabama, LSU. Can Georgia sustain the momentum that they had against Florida from last week? Kentucky squeaked by. I'm talking about, and I'm sure we're going to get into that.
Squeaked.
We're going to get into that later on. They squeaked by Missouri last week. So, we got 12 versus 12 coming up.
Right.
Brady versus Aaron.
Yeah.
Who the real 12?
Right.
So, it's a great sports weekend, so I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, definitely a great weekend. And this show is going to be a great show because we're talking, like I said, we're talking about Georgia, Alabama, LSU, and all the good games, but we're going to focus in on that game, but then focus in on, is this the greatest Alabama team, and where do we rank this Alabama team?
Right.
So far, but we expect them to be great and everything. Where do we rank them amongst the best? Also, we're talking NBA. It's early, but man, when I say you have a lot of weird teams winning, and it's early, but still, you still don't get it this early in the season. So many teams that they're not winning, that's supposed to be winning. Then you got teams that look great, you don't expect. So we're going to get into that. Also, it's the halfway part of the season, and we're going to talk about basically, instead of who's the MVP, everybody gives that. If you just Google halfway mark, you'll get like 500, sites to look at. But no, what we're going to talk about is what teams will most likely fall. What teams will we see that's not in the playoff picture most likely end up in the playoff picture, the surprising teams, and so on. Also, hot topic, we're talking about Magic Johnson and the situation with Luke Walton. Was this meeting Look, if you don't get it straight, you about to be out, or was it just normal? We're going to get into that. And we have quick hits, what's on our mind. Stop it. This show is brought to you by Salad Express, Seneca's Barbershop, and Sucker Free Life LLC. So it's time to get to these quick hits. Oh, before we do that, make sure you tune into the show locally, 1100 AM The Real. Also, you can go to iHeartRadio. Just look for WWE. Also, Radio Now. Tune in. Facebook Live. We're doing it live. You'll see us. What up? And just let your family and friends know. But let's get to these quick hits. Let's get it. Shout out to Sharon Beats for the sick beats. All right, so after losing the World Series, the Los Angeles Dodgers decide, you know what? Even though he's 8-9 in postseason,
told you he was pretty bad.
We will still sign Clayton Kershaw for a 3-year, $93 million extension. Also, he can earn up to $5 million more in bonuses. If he's this bad in postseason, do you think this was the right move still?
Actually, I don't know if I would have offered him that deal, because basically he had an opt-out and he had 2 years left on a $63 million deal. Basically, they just added another year and $30 million to it. I think he became a Dodger icon. Mm-hmm. Early on, that's how he was able to earn the $32 million that he's actually getting. So sometimes these organizations, they get stuck, and I'm actually surprised that the Dodgers even offered it to him, because we did see Buehler do very, very well. Right. That could be that next guy. So I was surprised. I mean, how can you snag at somebody who's making $93 million in 3 years? Right. I mean, so it is what it is. But I was definitely surprised that they offered it to him.
Yeah, me too. And like I said, it's good. I guess you don't want to face him, so that's probably what they're looking at.
Right.
And then sticking with the Dodgers, the third base coach, Chris Woodward, has been named the Texas Rangers manager. So big ups to him. We'll see how that works out. Moving on. Steve Kerr came out and said that the Golden State Warriors won't have the money to sign DeMarcus Cousins next year. I mean, we know the truth is the truth, but wow. And the thing is, they've had to tell, I know they told DeMarcus. DeMarcus knows that. But it's like you stepping on eggshells with a player like DeMarcus by saying something like that, I guess. But like I said, maybe there's something they already discussed, and it was okay to bring out.
He also said that we're giving him an opportunity to win a ring.
Right.
This 1 year. So, my question is, have Golden State got that bored to where they're offering championship rings to superstars for 1 year? And the audacity to really say, well, we'll get you a ring this year, and whoever want to sign you next year, go right ahead.
Yeah.
That's strong now.
Yeah, it is.
Steve Kerr, he's 6'3", but he stayed some 7 foot. He made a 7 foot statement.
Right. Yeah, for real. That was a big statement. So
big statement there. So
we'll see what happens with that. Moving on, sticking with the NBA, Anthony Davis came out and he was interviewed by Chris Haynes from Yahoo Sports and made a statement and said that I almost have to play perfect to have a chance to win. Now, I'm not going to do AD wrong like this. I'll come out and say what he said before and after. First, he was saying that if we lose, it's on me. If we win, then it's a team effort. Then he said, I almost have to play perfect to have a chance to win. But then after that, he said, but trust me, I appreciate everything my teammates do. Nah, bruh. You can't. Nah, you can't straddle the fence on this one, dog. Say what you mean and mean what you say, AD. Am I wrong to say that?
He in the wrong market. I mean, let's just be real. And I'm agreeing with you.
Right.
You know, but you know, he's just in the wrong market at this. His talent outweighs the market that he plays in.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Point blank period.
It does.
He's not in the market to where the superstar going to get all of the credit.
Mm-hmm.
That's not that market right now.
No.
I don't know if it ever would be.
Right. And he has to make that decision.
Exactly.
Do I want to stick with deal with that, or go somewhere else and be marketable? But then when you're marketable, are you really going to like that when you in a city?
Yeah. Now you gonna have to take the good with the bad.
Right.
You know, because when you win in certain markets, yeah, you go get the praise and they go market you.
Right.
But if you lose,
it's gonna be a wrap. Yeah, and they really gonna get on you.
Yeah, so I agree.
We will see. Moving on. Congratulations to our sweetheart Simone Biles, the American gymnast. She won her first world title in the vault and a silver in the uneven bars. Which this is her 13th world. I think it's her 13th world title. And also, she's the first American to have a medal in every event, which is dope as far as gymnasts. Then, first in 30 years for any woman to accomplish that feat. Wow.
Bro, she's 21. She's just getting started.
Bro.
She's 21. Just getting started.
You know, one of the people she beat was 43. Sometimes, and
really,
and she's from Russia, and that's how they do. They'll stay out there. So,
wow.
If she wants to do that, be a career gymnast, then she can.
Yeah, that's we'll see. 43.
Because normally 21, like you're at the end.
That's old. That's what I was thinking.
At the end.
Yeah.
But there's someone out there who's 43 still trying to make it.
Listen, if she's 21 and she won 4 gold medals this past in 2016, but in all she got like 12 or 13. Yeah. Bro, just imagine how many medals how many Olympics will we have before she get to 43?
Right. She's doing it 43.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ooh,
she's just getting started. So, you know, shouts out to Simone.
Yeah, I think if you're a husband at 43 and she's still a gymnast, it's kind of intimidating in a sense.
You got coaches younger than you.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
This is crazy. At the Boston Red Sox World Series parade, a fan threw a beer can and hit the trophy and dented the trophy.
I'm going to say it like the Bostonians said. It's Boston! Bro, listen, I mean, what do you expect?
What's more crazy, not him throwing the beer can or whoever threw the beer can.
Right.
How can a beer can dent the trophy?
Well, you know they make them crazy now. They got a lid on the can and all kind of crazy.
But I'm just like, dent what?
Yeah, I don't know about that story, but the throwing. The beer normal. Can, that's normal.
That's normal.
But the result of
that's
what
happened,
I was
saying was like,
we're not even trying to verify that
exactly.
foolishness.
Exactly. And last but not least, we just heard about Mr. Bosa from Ohio State. Well, Oklahoma running back Rodney Anderson, who was out for the season, declared for the NFL draft. Now, I'll just say this. This is what I thought, and it didn't come to bite him. It helped him out, but I thought Gurley should have went this route when he was out,
right?
Especially when he got suspended,
right?
Bro, just stay out,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And then he come back, kickoff return, and he get injured, but it all worked out for him. So, but how do you feel about this? Quickly.
I think it's needed, necessary. I think Oliver is going to follow because he didn't play last week, and I think Garrett from Michigan is going to do the same. So this is going to be a trend that's going to continue to trend for some of these players. They're not even going to get to the bowl game for them to sit out. So this is a trend. I think Wright Anderson actually played pretty good last year against Georgia in the 4. So I expect this to be a trend. Look for Oliver and Gary from Michigan to do the same.
All right. So that wraps up Quick Hits. We will be right back after these messages.
Hello, I am Jay Marie, and this is your sports news break. The Atlanta Hawks are looking to stop the bleeding of a 3-game losing streak at home against the Miami Heat. They are 1-1 at State Farm Arena this year. After coming off a much-needed bye, the Atlanta Falcons travel to our state's capital to face Washington. A win will get them back at 500. Number 6 ranked Georgia Bulldogs travel to the Bluegrass State to face the number 9 ranked Kentucky Wildcats. Georgia Tech is also on the road to face the North Carolina Tar Heels, and Georgia State is at home to face Texas State. Atlanta United will be in New York to face the New York FC in the first leg of the conference semifinals. They're looking for their first ever postseason win. Make sure to follow the 3-Point Conversion for all of your major sports news and updates. It's where fans' opinions matter.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country, and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl, Kelsey Nicole Nelson, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Stay tuned. Going to be a great show.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with my man H.O.
Yeah.
And this next segment, the hot topic, is brought to you by Cindy Cutter's Barbershop, located on 3000 Chapel Hill Road, Suite 206, Douglasville, Georgia. Great barbershop, great barbershop. And, man, make sure you go in there if you need a fresh cut. They got you. No open chairs. Talk community. They're good for the children. Sports, even though I'll be in there killing them. But still, they know they sports. It's a great barbershop, man. No, I will say that there is one open chair today. Because we're going to shout out to Dwayne Chambers, who just had a baby girl on Friday. So shout out and congrats to him.
Congrats, bro.
You know, probably gonna have to get 2 of them now, 2 guns, 2 or 3. You know, got 2 of them now, doc. But also, I want to give a say happy birthday to Lewis. Shout out to Lewis. And then also, I want to give a quick shout out, the last shout out to my baby girl, Kennedy Haynes, who was racing in this little race. She's 8 years old. So I told her last night, G heard that she was hysterical when she found out that I was going to shout out on the radio. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Daddy loves you, baby. Do good, all right? Represent us right, all right? We don't come third or second. Yeah. Anyway, so the hot topic, this is the hot topic, and the hot topic, it came out last night or yesterday about Magic Johnson calling Luke Walton to the principal's office, dean's office, and told him We don't know. There's been a lot of speculation. One, they said he got a whooping. The other one said they were like, look, bruh, you got a half a loss left. If you get that, we kick you out. So you better not even look bad in one half. And then Luke Walton came out and was like, we good. I mean, this is what we normally do. Mm. What is your perspective, sir?
Well, first of all, if we can go back in time, Magic Johnson was rumored to. It only took 2 years for him to get Paul Westhead and Norm Nixon out of L.A. when he got to the Lakers.
You find him like that?
You see what I'm saying? When he got to the Lakers as a rookie, they won the championship. 2 years later, they fired the coach, and that's when Riley came in. Then they got rid of Norm Nixon or whatever the case may be. So it was rumored that Magic wanted it his way back then. So imagine. Go ahead.
Well, that was a little bit of a different situation, but I understand where you're going.
You see,
because they had their coach was Jack McKinney. He fell off a bike, hit his head. So Paul Westhead became the coach.
Right.
They won the championship. Paul Westhead gets the full-time job.
Right.
And he's like, okay, I'm going to put in my offense now.
Right.
And it wasn't a fit for the roster. And
say Magic Johnson. It wasn't a fit for Magic.
It wasn't a fit for Magic.
Right.
So they Magic may or may not have said something to
Jerry Buss,
who is like his second dad.
Exactly. Keep going. Let's go. Come on
then,
with it.
Early, was it in that? Well, after they made the playoffs, but they lost like the first or second round or something.
In 80, the 82, the 83, the fourth season, and everything transpired. Norm Nixon got out. Pat Riley came from the booth, and he came in. So Magic got his way.
Yeah, and it almost didn't work with Pat Riley because they brought in Jerry West as an assistant.
Exactly. So my point to all that is this is the 2018 version,
right,
of I need to have it my way. Now there has been some new GMs that reached teams and had to fire the coach that they did not bring in, like Toronto, Orlando, even Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. Magic did not hire Walton. So now, Magic's trying to, and then maybe this is the wrong time to have this meeting, because if you look at their schedule, they got Portland next. No, that's not right. Yeah, they got Portland, Toronto, Minnesota, and Sacramento the next 4 games. Then they play the Hawks the next one. Maybe they should have had the meeting after Sacramento right before they play the Hawks to try to get on the win streak, because those are 4 losable games.
Yeah, but those are good points. And like you said, it might be where Magic is, that's what Magic is saying. Like, look,
I got to have my guy.
And it's not his guy. Or it could be where Magic is saying, stop coaching and let LeBron take over. And really, like, let LeBron be the coach. I mean, that's what he was in Cleveland in a sense. You know, in Miami.
Well, he was the coach in Cleveland.
Yeah, Miami supposed to coach that team.
Right.
We know that. You know, but Cleveland, LeBron was coaching. And it's let them, I mean, you almost got to, and it's unfair to Luke because.
No, it ain't unfair when you get millions of dollars, and that's.
I mean, true, but I'm just saying, like, it's not. I
get it.
He can't benefit once they start winning, but for the most part, everybody know he's not showing his coaching skills. You know.
First of all, this is the thing. Why did Luke Walton leave Golden State? That's the first problem.
No, I don't agree with that because I think
the Lakers offered him the job.
Yeah, it's LA.
And knowing that that's the situation that who has a better situation?
I mean,
did they know they weren't
getting LeBron? Yeah, because
2 years ago.
Because
he knew that Kerr had a back injury that he may not continue to coach, or could not, or possibly it could have been his job at Golden State because remember, he the one took over half the season. So if you already in that situation and predicament, Steve Kerr may not, after this run, who knows what's going to happen. Now, I agree. Okay, you take the Lakers job it looks good on your resume. I get it, but the Lakers was already in shambles at that particular point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of going back and looking at it now. You can easily say, maybe I should have stayed. And that's just hindsight. So
I just think that with Luke going to L.A., it's a great opportunity. Like, who wouldn't want to coach the L.A. Lakers? And then it's a way to show that, any aspiring coach, you want to go in and show what you can do. And then it's the Lakers.
Right.
And we saw how he kept Golden State together. And some people said he almost did a better job than Kerr. They thought, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't blame him. I just think, again, a lot of people hate, and this is not about him, but it's the LeBron factor. I've always said that LeBron, and it's just because he's that good. It's a compliment to him. And it's not lowballing him. I'm just saying he's that good to where with players, he's going to stunt your growth because for a point guard, you're not going to have, you can't grow because you're not going to have the ball in your hand. Kyrie is finally in Boston learning how to play point guard. He even admitted that yesterday and said, I've learned that it's better to play as a team and make sure my team is involved rather than have a high point, have high point per game average.
He was able to see it from the bench last year.
Yeah. So my whole point is with that, look at Chris Bosh. Look what he did to Kevin Love. Kevin Love was coming out to be the best power forward in the game. And when he went to three-point shooter. Now, coaches, Tyronn Lue, he did a great job. He did better than Black, but Tyronn Lue comes in, he's not coaching really. It was sometimes you saw it, but
he came in as an assistant.
Yeah, but you didn't. LeBron was doing that, and now with Luke Walton, LeBron is so good that you have to say we're going to have to let LeBron take over, LeBron and Rondo, because he knows what he's doing. And you can't really coach.
And that's why I think LeBron is low key a coach killer. He has not had coach that he actually respects.
We say the same thing.
Except for Spoelstra.
So now,
he would still be in Miami if he respected Spoelstra.
I don't think it was Spoelstra. I think he was upset with
it was more with Pat Riley.
Players. And Pat Riley was players.
It was Pat Riley did.
Yeah, so it wasn't Spoelstra. Because Spoelstra was like, look, he told him, I'll let y'all do what y'all do on offense, but y'all have to play defense. This is what I want. And I think they had a great relationship. But everybody else?
So do we see Tyronn Lue doing the Mike Brown?
What? And being an assistant?
Well, he ended up being an assistant. Cleveland fired him and the Lakers hired him.
Well, he was an assistant in Cleveland when he was an assistant with Doc Rivers.
He was the head coach at Cleveland, then and got hired by the Lakers. So would Tyronn Lue do the same thing? And LeBron hired
just go work for the Lakers,
right? And hire his assistant back.
I don't think that's
no. I can't see that. I can't.
LeBron,
he's going to go. Tyronn Lue will go back to L.A., but he's going to be an assistant for Doc.
He'll be an assistant for LeBron.
Stupid. So
I don't think none of his former coaches have done that, where they became his assistant, like an assistant for another team he's playing for later.
No, he hadn't. But they became an assistant somewhere else.
Right.
But still, I just think that
it might be that he would go to a team to where, it'll be whatever assistant is on the Lakers staff right now. That's who LeBron is buddying up to become the next head coach.
Well, who are the assistants?
That's true. Like I said, man, LeBron is going to probably be the last ever players coach, but I think he will be.
Yeah.
And he's good enough, too. I don't know if they would win like that, but But to me, he's more of a Magic Johnson. How Magic was that's the thing. Will LeBron ever get that coach? And see, who would have been great before he lost his wheels? It was Phil Jackson. I would have loved to see Phil Jackson with LeBron James. Because think about it. I was talking about this with somebody. I forgot who it was. You don't see, how in basketball with Jordan, think about it. If you just put this picture in your head. Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, Isaiah Thomas,
Chuck
Daly, Pat Riley and Magic Johnson.
Duncan and Popovich.
Duncan and Pop. And not necessarily Duncan and Pop. And the reason why I say that, you understand what I'm saying. Basically, think about those teams where you saw the coach and the player while somebody was shooting a free throw and they were talking and they had a dialogue. It wasn't a dialogue as of you do this, you do that, but it was the dialogue of like, all right, what you see, what's next. Coach was a coach, but he respected that player and he trusted that player. LeBron has never had that. You know what I'm saying? And
that's why that's why his winning percentage in the championship is. That's why he got a losing record in the championship.
And that might be, but I'm just saying, could Luke Walton be that? We don't know.
No.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's still early. And Luke said it.
And we ain't going to find out either because they going on the 4 games. The next 4 games, they going to take an L. And Magic going to call them back to the principal office. And that's going to be that.
Man.
Listen, you say LeBron is like Magic, right? When Magic wants his way, can we please tell him Magic gets his way?
True.
Listen, Jerry Buss was his guy.
But like you said, though, like G said, and I know we got to go, with Riley, with Westfall, what happened with Westfall? Westhead. And then I don't think Magic with Riley, I don't know if at first.
It took a while. They brought in Jerry West to make the offense better.
Right.
And Jerry West was going to be the head coach, but then they ended up sticking with Riley.
So that's what I'm saying. It could work out with Walton to where, and I think, honestly, it just need to be me, Magic, and is it Kupchak now? No, who is it? Who's the lady? Bus.
Jeannie.
Yeah.
But the GM is the former agent for
Belinkie, yeah. But it should be them with LeBron James in the meeting to see if it works. And that's all I'm saying. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back to talk college football. Keep it live.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cat Williams, and you are listening to 3 Point Conversion Radio.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Kent Bazemore from the Atlanta Hawks. You're now listening to 3 Point Conversion.
All right, we are back inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And it is Saturday morning, which means college football. All right, so we always start off with this segment with the nosy neighbor watch. Who is your nosy neighbor watch, sir?
This week, my neighbor watch is Ohio State Buckeyes. Not because of their play on the field, but mainly because of their coach, Urban Meyer, who all of a sudden, after a 31-point loss, again for the second straight year, to an unranked team, it's reported that he's been having headaches on the sideline. And, his health is becoming an issue in all of this.
Right.
And he doesn't really like the way Ohio State staff or administrators bagged him in this ordeal with the Zach Smith situation. So my nosy neighbor is, let's keep an eye on Ohio State. Not just this week, not just next week, but throughout the rest of the season and the off season to see where this is going to go. Because we saw Urban Meyer do this at Florida when the Heat got a little hot in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And he had some health issues with the heart. Now they saying he got a cyst on the brain all of a sudden. And it's just, it just goes from this to that to this to that. So watch out. Let's pay attention to Urban Meyer and Ohio State Buckeyes, because this gonna be.
So
it all sounds like a broken heart.
So, well, then I feel that, because when he does that, like I said, we saw this in Florida. So
yeah,
my nosy neighbor watch is going to Mr. Shea Patterson and the quarterback for Michigan Wolverines, because Shea, when you played Notre Dame, which probably was your biggest game, the Wisconsin game was big too, but you didn't play against a quarterback. Wimbush, we didn't know if he was going to be that quarterback, you understand, but he wasn't. But you still got to play that game. Now you're going against McSorley. This is a big game against a big quarterback. We all know that if you don't win against a big quarterback or this game, of course you're not getting in, but if you don't play well, you can't go far. You can't. You know what I'm saying? They're going to need you, because from here on out, you have big games. You have the Michigan game coming up. And then the Ohio State game, if you beat Ohio State because Urban has headaches, then you have to worry about playoff teams now. And you can't win those playoff games just off defense and running the ball. Your quarterback has to make plays. Not saying you got to throw for 300 yards, but you have to make plays, bro. So this is your dress rehearsal going up against, in college, another elite quarterback. You have to show up. So I'm looking. We watching, and like I said, I got the lights off and everything, and I got two blinds open for this one. So we're gonna see what happens. So now, big day, a lot of big games. Georgia versus Kentucky. We definitely have Michigan versus Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
But the big game is Alabama LSU. Quickly, before we get to Alabama LSU, speaking of Alabama, is this the best team you've ever witnessed from Alabama? And where do you rank them?
Offensively, yes.
Okay.
Defensive-wise, I don't think anybody could ever beat that 92 team as far as defense.
27 sacks, dog. Was that the one with? No, that was before. That was 89. My bad. That was Derek Thompson, 89. My fault. But go ahead. But that 92
they beat Miami in the championship game.
Yeah.
Sugar Bowl. But explode. Well, let me just. This is a different type of Alabama offense. Normally, when you think of offense for Alabama, it's to run the ball, pound the ball, and let's play defense.
Mm-hmm.
I told you in the beginning of the season, I said that they have 3 in the first time in the history of Alabama. They got 3 5-star receivers. They needed somebody to get them the ball, and they was going to utilize them. And Tua got 25 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and hadn't played in the fourth quarter. So there you go. Very, very explosive offense. Their defense is being overshadowed, but it's still good because if you look at the points total, they're giving up under 16 points a game, but it's in garbage time.
Well, but I was going to say, but to me, that's still, when I look at that, it's still like false, in a sense, because it gives I'll say this, 16 points in garbage time, right, that's still great that you're holding them to that many points. But when you're playing from behind and you become one-dimensional, it's easier to defend. So we don't know what it's like. That's why I don't put it as the best Alabama team, like you said, that 92 team. Shoot, the one when they won with Jalen Hurts. I might put that over this just because how great the defense was and the offense, even though they weren't throwing the ball like that.
You talking about last year?
No, the one they won the championship.
That was last year.
Jalen Hurts didn't win it. Jalen Hurts won the
well, the previous one they lost.
No, they lost it. The one they lost. I'm sorry, the one they lost to Clemson.
But you saying that was that?
Yeah, to me, I think that's just because they're putting up points. But we have to remember, and then this will segue into this game here. Who have they played? And it starts now because they got to play LSU. They have to play Auburn, which is whatever, but still that's a rival. And then maybe the SEC championship team.
But the way that they look so great, like they've been averaging 54 points a game and giving up less than 16. I mean, they have scored 50. They've scored at least 45 points in all but one of their games.
But who have they played? What defense? What powerhouse defense or great defensive team have they played?
Well, let me respond to that. They are fortunate at this particular point that Tennessee is rebuilding.
Right.
Lamar Jackson left when they played Louisville at the beginning of the season because these games was already set.
Right.
And the Ole Miss game, they got in trouble, remember, and they had to fire their coach because of a scandal. So they are lucky to play against these teams that were supposed to be good, and they just bad at this particular point.
And it's not their fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting to the point they're playing these big-name teams, but it's almost like they're playing that, Quick Trip State. You know what I'm saying?
Or it's just that they teams
McDonald's Tech. Yeah, because these teams
playing like that.
So, which brings us to this game here. This is how I feel. This is a big game. You're playing against a great defense. It's probably not LSU's best ever, but it's still good. Now, my man that just got suspended for the first half, Alabama caught a break. The safety, I can't think of his name, but the safety he got tossed last week, and so now or the last game.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but he's out for first half. So Alabama needs to do what they do, but still,
it's not greedy. It's not greedy to play corner.
The keys to beating Alabama now is LSU you want to come out with the same plan you played against Georgia, but you don't want to just keep throwing it and throwing it. No, you don't, because you don't want to speed the game. But Burrows has to come out and complete some passes, but a methodical drive. You know what I'm saying? Where it takes 6-7 minutes. You got to feed Brissett.
Mm-hmm.
Feed your running backs, but he has to make completions. But you can't rush it because you want to keep this offense off the field. But the field goals that you were doing against Georgia in the first half, that can't happen against Alabama.
Right.
And then defensively, which they hadn't shown getting pressure. They have to get pressure somehow, man. So I'll ask you, do you think LSU should blitz?
LSU strength of their defense is their secondary.
Right.
Alabama's strength is passing the ball to this particular. I don't even know if we know how to beat Alabama because the game's been blowouts. But I will tell you this. If LSU, which leads the SEC in interceptions with 14, if they can get some turnovers in the passing game and force Alabama to go to the run game, then maybe we have a shot. Now we talking about possibly putting them in third and long, and you using your strength of your defense, which is the secondary, to force them to throw into the best team that you have as far as the secondary. So you want Alabama to pass the ball, but you want your secondary to show up to defend and intercepts and make turnovers in the passing game. I think that's the only way LSU has a particular chance on one hand, but just like you're saying, methodically moving the ball downfield. Yeah. Burrow has shown some, I guess what you call he's shown that he can be a winner.
He's not scared.
Yeah, he's shown that he can be a winner, and I think Alabama weakest part of that game is their secondary. So you got to kind of mix it up. Be methodical. Take your chances downfield. They did against Georgia. They had some very big plays, some explosive plays. If they can do that against Alabama, that can help them. But otherwise, to me, I think Alabama wins by 21.
I think it's going. I think they're going. I think this will be the game because remember it's in Death Valley at night.
And
we all know
they 0-7 against Alabama the last 7 tries.
True.
At night in LSU.
But my thing is, the last time Alabama faced a quarterback that wasn't scared,
Shea Patterson?
Was Shea Patterson.
How ironic.
And I don't know, right? And the thing is, you can't be. Quarterbacks get intimidated playing against that defense. But the coach, he can't come in and be nervous, man. He has to play, because that's another thing. To me, Les Miles knew all the time when they played. It was a back and forth thing. And that's how I think they enjoyed that. But when LSU won, they weren't scared. They had a great defense, of course.
Right.
But you can't, even with Leonard Fournette, the quarterback was trash. So now Burrow,
Jefferson,
to me, it's Jefferson. Who else? Last 7 times, you just got
Flynn, Matt Mock.
Yeah, you can't be scared. That's all I'm saying.
Went to Harvard or something.
And I think with Burrow not being nervous and not being scared, I just think this is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a crazy Saturday. The trend is going to continue, I think. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just saying.
The trend of Alabama blowing folks out. The only hope that LSU have is if we can get Alabama to play some of their starters in the fourth quarter, that's going to be the moral victory for LSU.
Or hold them under 50 points.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, 45 to 12.
I promise this is the last thing. I'm going to go. When is the last time Alabama pushed in the mouth, shoved in the mouth, hit in the mouth? Or have they ever in this season? No. The team that can and will do it is LSU. We saw what happened, and I'm not comparing Georgia and Alabama, but I'm saying we saw what happened to Georgia. Georgia, they weren't hitting the mouth. When they got hit in the mouth, they had to adjust. It took a while for them to adjust. I'm just saying, bruh. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. When Alabama get hit in the mouth, what are they going to do? That's all I'm saying. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Gary Payton. Y'all listen to 3 Point Conversion Radio. It's the bomb.
What's up, world? This is Vincent J, aka the Fantasy Guru, and here are your fantasy facts heading to Week 9. With 6 teams on the bye this week, there are probably some big holes open on your rosters. One player that I love this week as a flex is Tennessee Titans running back Deion Lewis. He had a great fantasy day Week 7 against the Los Angeles Chargers with 21 fantasy points. He's playing on the road this Monday night against the Dallas Cowboys, who haven't been great against pass-catching running backs, so I'm expecting another nice game from Lewis. The player who I benched this week is Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. We all know that Big Ben doesn't play well on the road, and of all teams he's playing against, it's the Baltimore Ravens, who pretty much shut him down in Pittsburgh with only 16 fantasy points. He just has bad history in Baltimore, and it will continue, so I would consider starting another quarterback. My sleeper pick this week is Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back Peyton Barber. With fellow teammate Ronald Jones out with a hamstring injury, Barber should receive more carries and possibly some third down plays. Tampa Bay is playing against the Carolina Panthers on the road, so I expect them playing from behind, which means garbage points for Barber. Now, if you want to check out more fantasy facts and my ahs and ahs, make sure you continue to follow me on the web at the3pointconversion.com.
The 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
I had to look up what is ego lifting. So basically, ego lifting is like you're doing it to impress others. We have just discovered what kind of guy Mr. Controversy is. He's kicking the bar out of the dude's hand.
Kicking people out of the neighborhood.
And he think he can come tomorrow and don't let you come back. Hey, don't kick me out.
Hey,
kick him out.
When people are putting the plates on the bar, if they make too loud of a noise, he walking up to him.
That's what I'm saying, dog. Look, when we somewhere eating, when we're somewhere eating and somebody doing it, and they keep going up to get plates and all that and making noise. Hey, bro, you ego eating. Stop doing that.
See,
stop it.
He gonna catch an open hand slap. I'm an open hand slap.
You gonna walk with the people on the treadmill. The treadmill's too loud.
Why you watching TV? What you watching ESPN for that loud?
You ego watching, dog.
Put your headphones down.
Put the headphones in.
The 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, Saturdays, 10 a.m. to noon on the Real 1100 a.m.
Yo, we're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here, the confused one. All right.
Looking up the LSU stuff.
It is NBA. Yeah. NBA shoot around. It's gonna be a big game tonight, baby. And man, first off, Jimmy Butler came out and said after the game, he played last night, which was shocking. So I guess because I thought he was getting traded, I thought it was a wrap, but
they're nowhere near trade.
No, true, but I'm just saying they were saying
Minnesota's asking for 50 first round draft picks.
Right.
Your great grandchildren's firstborn.
But you know what?
And the recipe to the sweet potato pie.
Hey, but Houston and Washington is willing to give that. We're gonna get into that later on. Right now, because they scared. But anyway, Jimmy Butler came out after the game. Had a very good game last night against Golden State, and until Golden State got him like the last 6 minutes. It was close, and this is without Rose didn't play. The point guard, I can't think of his name from Atlanta.
Jeff Teague.
Teague was out. They were down some players.
Who you say Rose didn't play?
Rose. Well, he played the first half and he went out the second half. He didn't come back. And after the first half, going to the second half was I think Minnesota was up 1, but Rose didn't play, and then Teague not out, so Tyus Jones had to play the whole game, and it just messed up their rotation. But either or.
Hey, scoring 50 took a lot out of Derrick Rose, man.
Yeah, he went back and looked for his costume.
Y'all stupid, man. Y'all wrong for that.
He was on Halloween.
Butler came out and was like, he said that because they questioned him about being out the game before, and he was like, look, that has nothing to do with trades or even the contract. I control when I'm out. When I want to be out, and I need to be out, I'm going to make that decision, not the team or anybody else. And right now, I don't know what's going to happen Sunday or Monday with the back-to-back. Depends on how my body feels. I don't want to get injured again or such and such. The reason why this is interesting because he didn't specify an injury at all, and this hadn't been an injury disclosed. Man, is he becoming? He had this problem in Chicago where they were saying he was kind of divish. We know he's hardworking and blue collar, but do y'all agree with this?
I think he was being transparent with Minnesota. Going back to training camp, you kind of know where you are with him.
Yep.
And he's just trying to protect himself. Like, look, if you're going to trade me, I want to be healthy. I have a coach that, is likely to run me into the ground if I'm out there. So right. I need to rest. I should be able to rest whenever I want. That's what he believes. I don't know if he would be able to do that, but I think because he didn't specify an injury, that would be considered like a holdout. And if he holds out more than 30 days, he loses. He can't become a free agent next year. Like Minnesota would still have his rights.
Right. But I don't think he's going to hold out. I mean,
not that long.
Yeah, but still, either
can't declare injury due to the value of his
right.
trade.
But yeah, he can't say that he's hurt though.
Right,
too.
that's my point.
Right, but even saying I'm nursing this, or even the team hadn't, but still, for him to say that though, that's just.
Listen, the thing about this is we've seen it, we've talked about it, we continuously talk about it. This is an Isaiah Thomas situation where he still hadn't played because of this hip injury this year. He lost plenty of money. No one is going to get into this situation where they're going to be in the last year of their contract knowing that they're not going to sign with the team again and kill their trade value or take a chance of getting hurt in any situation.
And he's already losing money he lost money by being traded to Minnesota. I don't know if he could lose any more money by being traded again. Right. But no team, he doesn't have bird rights. No team has his bird rights, so he can't sign a max contract.
Exactly.
So yeah, we'll see, man. That just was weird, odd that he can't. It was like I knew it was a shot at Minnesota. It was like, man, here we go. The drama still continues. But speaking of drama, we mentioned L.A. Lakers, what they're going through. Just quickly, do you think this can be turned around? I mean, again, and I said off the air, I mean, the suspensions, they really hadn't been all the way healthy. Miami, 2010-11, this is what it reminds me of. Do you think they're okay, or do you think it's really time for a change?
In L.A.?
Yeah, with the Lakers.
Well, listen, this thing going to take time, and it is what it is. I don't know why people was expecting them to go to the finals just because LeBron goes to the team. They young. They don't have shooters. We talked about this earlier. What are you doing? You're building a team just to drive to the basket and play defense. Mm-hmm. And this is a 3-point lead. Okay, so what? You lead the league in fast breaks. So what? You averaging 112 points a game. But you're giving up 130. Okay.
They're top 10 in offense, but the bottom 10
in defense. Right. So, I mean, what are we expecting? And, I mean, if we being transparent, as Jimmy Butler, LeBron don't play defense either.
Nope.
I mean, let's be real. So, I mean,
when he left Miami, he stopped playing defense.
You give him that much credit in Miami?
Yeah.
He was an all defensive guy in Miami. Once he went back to Cleveland, that all went out the window.
Yeah. Because he getting old. He playing all these minutes. He can't. You got to choose between, So, all right, now Houston Rockets. They won last night.
They had a team meeting.
The infamous players only meeting.
Only meeting. Yep.
But with Houston, James Harden's been out 5 games now. So.
Right. So
then Chris Paul was suspended.
Essentially, that means that they only had to play with one basketball for the whole game because normally when Harden plays, he beats the ball up so much they have to play with at least 4 balls. So thank God that he was out.
Man, come on, man.
Am I right? So him being out is, the
NBA thanked him.
Yeah, NBA probably sent him a check. We didn't have to use but one ball tonight.
You saving us money.
Exactly. So where did cost cut? But to your point, they had the players on the meet. Carmelo comes off the bench last night, gives them 28.
Yeah.
Paul had a pretty decent game. He's coming off a suspension.
And he had the huddle. They had the huddle. Paul, they were losing. They weren't playing well. Paul did the players only huddle.
Yeah. So, I mean.
And see, the thing is, with Houston, the good thing about that is you have veterans, especially a leader like Chris Paul, where, like I said, coupled with they hadn't been healthy or with a full team, they'll be all right. The scary part is the defensive side,
And that's the thing. Remember last year, we was talking about the same thing, but defensively, they held their own with Ariza and Mabute.
Right.
So, and then Gerald Green coming off the bench, kind of giving that spark defensively. Mm-hmm. Eric Gordon ain't going to play no defense, so he's just going to shoot threes.
Well, part of it was also the coach that they had.
He just was their defensive coordinator. Yeah. Right. And that's a big loss. And a lot of times we don't really pay attention to those other pieces that's not in the limelight. Mm-hmm. That was a big piece. And I don't know who actually replaced him. I don't think the way they play don't look like nobody replaced him. Yeah. So that's why you're getting what you're getting out of Houston defensively.
Yeah. Now we have the first. I didn't put this on there, but the Nuggets. Oh my God, that's 7-1.
And Isaiah Thomas hadn't played.
Right.
Michael Porter Jr. hadn't played.
Right.
They are.
Is this one of those? And NBA usually don't have it like this. Is it one of those teams where it's like, this is still early? Football, NFL, first 2 or 3 games, you like, that's early, whatever.
Well, I think the thing that has helped them is that they have their core group has been together. This is like their 3rd or 4th year together.
Right.
With having Murray and Harris and Jokic. And now you add in Paul Millsap.
Jokic is
Will Barton is he back yet?
No, he's not
when he comes back, but he's still part of that core.
He was part of that core.
But now, do you think when they come back, will this hurt them? Because right now the chemistry is looking great. Now, of course, all they need to do is run the offense through Jokic, and he's really a point guard.
Yeah. So my whole thing with Denver was trending last year at the end of the season. This just is a continuation for them. I think Denver and Utah were some of the teams that people really didn't pay attention to because they play in the West. Mm-hmm. That they really, have a really big name or whatever, but they continue to win.
Right.
So I think even when them coming back, now the issue is when IT comes back, he has to play for a contract. He has to come off the bench. How is he going to look? And then when Michael Porter Jr., how do you ease him into this particular
frame? Because who's the shooting? Because they have Murray as the point guard, essentially.
Yeah, Gary Harris.
And then they have Gary Harris.
Yeah. Possibly the most underrated backcourt in the league.
But Murray is straight shooting. So I guess when Isaiah comes back, you come off the bench with him. But say if he comes in and plays well.
No, you're going to have to keep
him. You still have to keep him.
You're not
but not starting lineup, not even that. But do you still – because here's the issue. When Isaiah plays and Jokic is there, now how are you going to run your offense? Because the offense is ran through Jokic. But Isaiah is a – let me have the ball.
Isaiah is not a playmaker. But he's a guy you can run plays for to get him the ball.
But he's still he's not even that. He's always I have to have the ball. Think about it. He always dominates the ball when he's playing well. So
it ain't. Listen,
that's what
if they winning,
you got to stay with it.
He ain't gonna play much if that's gonna be the case.
Right.
Because remember, when Barton comes back. He fits into that because he's a part of that core.
He's the 6th man that better fits
better fits.
But that's why I say when Isaiah comes back, it's just I don't know.
I don't even know if he even come back. I don't know.
Then what about Washington Wizards, man? They're winning.
I'm just Listen, take a bomb and just blow that up. It's
somebody got to go.
Yeah,
like Beal or Wall. Somebody.
They don't get along. They got out to a 10-2 lead.
They haven't gotten along for 4 years.
Yeah, they got out to a 10-2 lead last night. I go do something with the fire stick. Come back. Look, they down 20.
Shoot, forget that. I turned it on. At halftime, I came back. I had to go get my glasses because I thought my eyes were tripping. I literally went and got my glasses. They were down 32.
They've given up 130 points 4 times this year.
Now, Dwight came back. He had 20, and it was surprising. And it was funny because I saw, shout out to Damian Adams from the 3-point conversion. I saw that's what made me turn it. He was like, man,
they need to
I never heard this, but they need to bring Dwight back in. I was like, you never hear me say this ever, but
right, I saw that.
I mean, 20 points. He didn't have that many rebounds, but
you 7 of 8. You got it's like the last 6 years he's been getting less than 10 shots a game. It's a surprise if he gets more than 10 shots.
But he's been like very efficient. So
yeah, very efficient. Washington is pretty bad. Well, I don't know if it's coaching, getting along, or whatever, but they're bad.
And with Todd leaving too, their offense has totally changed. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, we got all season. It's early. Hopefully this changed for some and maybe continue for others. All right, we're gonna be right back with our Stop It segment. We'll be right back.
You're tuned into WWE Hakeville, AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
Hey, what's going on, sports fans? It's the 2018 Battlegrounds champion, Damian Adams, from The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Now, you can catch my show weekly on the 3-Point Conversion station on Spreaker Radio. But for right now, do what everybody else should be doing. And that's listening to Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual in the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
No mercy. Don't let up on him. Go hard on him, Mr. Controversy. Hit him with the stop it button.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Want to thank everyone who's listening live, watching live on Facebook Live, and who supports us. We definitely appreciate it, and we wouldn't be where we are without you. We still have lots of time to get it right and get to where we want to go, but for where we are now, we definitely appreciate your support. And it is now time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yes. S-T-O-P, new word, I-T. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, H.O., what's on you, sir?
All right, let's make this quick. My stop it goes out to Hugh Jackson, a former coach of the Cleveland Browns, who said that he did not deserve to be fired.
Just stop. Give a stop it just for that right then and there, and then you
stop.
Good Lord, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
And he won 3 games in 3 years. I just
stop it.
You fighting with the you hired this guy. You hired this guy. And y'all don't even get along.
Talking about Haley?
Yes. First of all, you can see the trend of what's going on. Gee, we done talked about this. The head coaches that become their own offensive coordinator. You are supposed to be a quarterback guru. Why are you hiring an offensive coordinator?
Yeah, that was.
You fired yourself.
Yeah, because he and even in the Hard Knocks, the incident where I think it was like the second one, and remember when he was telling them, like Haley was like, look, and I agree with Haley, he was like, look, the players that are on the sideline, they're talking about they have a nursing an ankle injury or something like that. They can go play. We need to get that thinking of those losing teams out the minds, and we need to show them that, look, we're a tough mentally team, and they need to come out. Right. And what he say? I see what you're saying, but I'm the coach. I make the decision. When I saw that and Ty Haley's, it was like, this is not going to work. So,
bruh, he hired the guy.
Yeah.
First of all,
and then Haley tried to take his job and failed at that.
Right. So essentially, you fired yourself.
Yeah, Haley tried to. He tried to. Yeah.
So the whole damn organization should get a stop it, just for that. But Hugh Jackson especially, because you hired the dude who. Anyway, it was a mess.
Stop it.
It was just a mess.
All right. My stop it goes to Matt Patricia. So on Wednesday, Detroit Lions head coach Matt Patricia was conducting a regular press conference, and a reporter asked a question. Asked him about Golden Tate, are y'all a better team officially without him, whatever, without him on your roster. Patricia answers and says, can you do me a favor? Do me a favor. Can you kind of sit up and have respect for the process? Every day you ask me a question like that and, you're slouching, whatever. Can you ask me professionally? And I will answer professionally. This is from a dude that doesn't shave, that wear cutoff hoodies, that come to the press conference when he got the job, he wore this bogus suit and didn't shave then, or comb his hair or anything. But you want him to be respectful to a press conference. Because it's posture. Thank you. Can I get one more?
Stop it.
Come on, Matt.
He also, he's known for having a pencil, but his play sheet is laminated.
Right. You trying to be stylish.
That's a dummy.
But you want to get this guy, and I understand, come on, G, we're media. We understand that. Posture, I understand all of that. But at the same time, you don't come out and do that publicly. Now, if he said something to him beforehand, okay. You don't do that publicly. Because if that was me, I might probably, I can't lose my job. Maybe I would have lost a spot with Detroit Lions. Right. But I would have made headlines for the 3-point conversion. As soon as you said that, I would have been like, so he's like, can you ask your question? I'm like, stop it. You don't shave, you don't do this, and you want me to, yeah, it would have been big. So that concludes our Stop It segment, and we will be right back.
Let me break down to y'all what's so dope about the 3-point conversion. First of all, everybody is a fan of the game first. Second of all, everybody is a student of the game second. And third of all, we're the average sports fan just like everybody else. We're not coming in here, walking with our nose tipped high, acting snooty, acting brand new. This is a grassroots organization. Bar none. The 3-point conversion, where fans' opinions matter. Be sure to visit the website www.the3pointconversion.com. Get your fix, get your articles, multimedia, and everything else that you, as a sports fan, need. So again, the3pointconversion.com. It's where it's at, man, where fans' opinions matter. Whether it's quick hits, what's on my mind, the infamous Stop It segment, you got to be there every Saturday morning on the 3-Point Conversion station for the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge hosted by Mr. Controversy. Get him!
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Okay, so quickly, what you got going on, sir?
Not much, man. Just college football day. Yeah, just college football day and chill out and grab some of this sun while it's out. Maybe watch the cars.
The sun out? It wasn't sun when I came in.
Yeah,
it was. It was a little bit.
It's peaking, but yeah, get a little sun and chill out, man. And that's about it, man. Try to go watch the car.
G, superstar, what you got going on tonight, superstar? Big guy.
On behalf of the 3-Point Conversion, I'll be covering the Atlanta Hawks Miami Heat game at State Farm Arena.
Oh, he had to go to the Miami game.
How he get to go? And I'm the owner, and I'm not going. No,
had to go to the Miami game.
That's right. Miami.
Somebody had an option. Someone chose not to go, and that person isn't me.
Hey, I didn't even think about the Miami.
Yeah. So this is Dwayne Wade's farewell.
And he didn't go to the Bulls game last week. So what are we talking about here?
Exactly. you gonna give him a stopping for that? No, I'm joking. But Dwayne Wade farewell to Atlanta. So you make sure you get your sounds from.
Oh yeah, G was doing his thing. Y'all got it. We couldn't put it out because we had some technical difficulties. But
all right, well, go ahead.
Boy, doing his thing. I got to get the car fixed, the wife's car fixed. So hopefully I'll be able to watch the game. And if they're listening, appreciate it. But I just hope I get to go in there because I'm going to someone's home. I got to get it fixed, right? So hopefully they have a TV. I'll be able to watch the Georgia Kentucky game. Because if not, I'm going to be miserable, But he asked about Sunday. I'm no deal. Can't do Sunday. But then I got to watch that game tonight, man. That's a big game tonight. So that's what we have. But anyway, it's NFL time. Halfway through the season for most teams. As I mentioned earlier, we're not doing the MVPs. We're not doing the defensive player of the years. We'll have a story out there on the 3-Point Conversion article for that. But we're gonna do it the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge way. And it's our notables. What have we noticed? What do we presume? So, what we want to talk about first is who was the most surprising team so far? Who was the most surprising team so far? Who has been?
For me, I'm gonna go with Washington Obamas. 5-2, great defense, number 1 or 2 in run stoppage in defense. I think we all, at least on Sports Roundtable, picked them to finish dead last in their division, and they're actually leading their division with a quarterback-led Alex Smith, who has been dependent on Adrian Peterson for most of this season. So, to me, Washington has been my surprise team.
Yeah, G, you have one. I can agree with that.
I think my surprise team, Washington has been a surprise, but for me, it's been I think it's been the Ravens a little bit because they started off playing so well. I mean, I would have expected them to finish last, possibly, if not Cleveland. But right. I think the way that they have won games with their defense, how it used to be back in the Ray Lewis days, and you could say the Terrell Suggs days, but he's actually still on the team right now.
Right.
But the way that they have come out and that they're still in playoff contention going into the second half of the season has been a surprise.
This is tough. I had one. I was going to say the Giants, but I didn't think I was saying everybody's on, jump all in the Kool-Aid, whatever, but I didn't think that they would be that, good. but they play awful. But I got to say the Jacksonville Jaguars. This was a team I thought was going to make that next step and go to the Super Bowl because when you say the Blake Bortles, I'm surprised, everybody busts out laughing when you say Blake Bortles, but the way he played at the end of last year is kind of what you needed. You know what I'm saying? As long as he gave you that. And he played extremely well. But maybe because of Fournette's been hurt, but still, the defense, man, where's the defense been? And maybe because they've been on the field for so long. But still, the Bears' offense in '87 weren't that good, or '86, and and they still were. You know what I'm saying? They were the best defense. They were defenses better than '85 and '86. People don't know that, so I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars. What now? What team do you expect to take a downfall, to collapse? A playoff team that's a playoff caliber team right now that's winning, that has a winning record, whether division leading or not. Who do you think will have that collapse?
This one is kind of tough. I'm going to go tradition with this, and I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. They've been playing decent. They've been playing, obviously they're 5-3, second in the AFC North. But I think they've squeaked by a lot of teams. They've gotten lucky, things of that nature. So I think they drop back into the pack, and I think Baltimore jumps them going forward.
But you got that's I almost picked Cincinnati because I feel you.
They don't. It's something about it's. You know how you have that feeling of it's something you don't know if they fraud or for real. It's like, and when you look at them play, you're like, man, come on, how are they winning? So. But yeah, that's my team. IG.
I think that Washington is going to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Starting this weekend.
Yeah. I know. HO knows that how what I think of Alex Smith.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be on him. I really don't think it's going to be their team. It's just going to be that I think that the Eagles, with getting Golden Tate and pairing him with Alshon Jeffrey, you're going to give Carson Wentz the opportunity to throw the ball more because their running game isn't what it was last year. But I think that's going to help them. The more weapons he has, that Wentz has, it's going to help the Eagles kind of take over that division. So I think them taking over the division is why Washington would fall off. Not really anything that they're doing. Washington may still be a wild card, but I think the Eagles are going to make a run at the division.
G, did I send you my notes? Because that is exactly what I had, sir. I'm with you. I think Eagles going to come up, and I think the Cowboys are about to be good. So, and I think they're going to drop down because of the losses in the division. Yeah, that's who I got, man. I mean, because I just don't think with the Golden Tate trade and then the Amari Cooper trade, those offenses got better. And they already have very good defenses. Whereas Washington's defense is underrated. They got Ha Clinton Dix. It's funny how most of those teams, not all those teams got trades, got, you know what I'm saying, got players, but
the Giants traded their players.
And
while
Giants
the other
traded their players. Right. But it's odd. But still, I just think that Clinton Dix is not big enough because the offense, they still don't have a playmaker besides Adrian Peterson. Where's Jordan Reed? And he's not even injured. That's the funny part. So
Crowder been out.
Yeah, it's just I just don't. Yeah, I got them falling. All right. Who's the team that was going to make the biggest jump?
I was thinking about Baltimore because I like what G said about Baltimore. They seemingly find a way to win at this particular juncture. I'm hopeful that the Atlanta team can get it together, but doubtful at the same time. So I'm gonna go with Minnesota because
they got what's Minnesota record? 4-3.
Oh, you said a losing team.
4-3, yeah, losing team.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Who you got, G?
So does that have to be a team with a losing record or a team that's out of the playoffs?
Losing record. I mean, in a sense, because
that's going to come up. Well, I mean, because they technically have a losing record, I would have to say the Cowboys with adding Amari Cooper.
Notes. Good God.
But adding Amari Cooper is going to, it should make things easier for Dak Prescott and most definitely Ezekiel Elliott.
Quickly, I'll just break it down. Because now the play action is going to help Cooper. Because now he hasn't dealt with this before. He's going to see the play action. He's going to see the whole defense, all 11 people come up. And then, by then, they're the slant. And then we know with Cooper, what doesn't have, he can take it to the house. But also, the safety has to respect Cooper's speed. So you have to put a safety kind of over the top, lurking. All it takes is one bomb. After that, it's going to be great for Ezekiel. And Cooper can block. So, yeah, I mean, they're almost a total team again, and it puts everybody back in their respective places. Now you have a great slot again with Beasley. Hearns can be the best second, wide receiver, wide receiver. Is that wide? Yeah, the wide receiver, now because that's what he is, and he was very good at that. I'm just saying this is going to be great for Dallas. You find one?
I mean, the only other team I can go with is the Falcons, basically. I kind of agree with you with Dallas.
Don't sound so sad when you say I'm with you with the Falcons. I think they can. I think if put it like this: if the Atlanta gets a win in Washington, all we need is not we because I'm not a Falcons fan, but all the Falcons need is confidence. That's it for those young guys.
And this is the thing, I feel the Cowboys in this sense. The people above them made deals too. That's the only only caveat to the story.
Falcons' problem was never offense; it was defense. So I'm saying, if confidence, they got rest, they got a little healthier, they got more acclimated with the.
If they can win the next two games, I'm on board, and I'm confidently sure about the Browns next week. I'm hesitant about Washington because of they only give up 80 yards per game rushing, which that's not even what the Falcons do. But I think they have to use Coleman more out of the backfield this week and continue to have an offensive explosion. So I'm going to go with the Falcons as far as this and just be hopeful.
Right. All right, so we'll see what happens. Look, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Hey, I'm Diana Taurasi from the Phoenix Mercury, and you're listening to the 3 Point Conversion Radio.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
The 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
During a pickup basketball game last week, after a hard foul, one man decided to call the police.
Wait, what?
The guy who called the police, he's like, well, you know, he hit me. It was like a blindside pick or something like that. The guy's like, hey, I just made a basketball play, okay?
This is going to be water cooler talk for the next 6 months at the police station.
Oh, my God. This is a Christmas party story. Todd, can you tell that story again?
The 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge airs every Saturday at 10 a.m. on the Real 1100.
So we're going to go to straight. All right, we're going to come. We're back, and we're going to go to these picks. And before we get to these picks, shout out to everyone that's listening once again. We appreciate the support. So, first, we're going to start off with. I want to start off with the counterfeit first. Who do you have as counterfeit?
My counterfeit team this week is the Arizona Wildcats, who beat Oregon last week by plenty to a few, but I think they come back down to earth this week, and they not good. They 4-4. I think they play Washington State this week. So
they think they're good right now because they won last week.
They beat Oregon,
so they feeling themselves.
So yeah, Washington, and I hate, Kevin Sumlin goes out there and tries to rejuvenate this team or whatever, and Khalil Tate was supposed to be this awesome Heisman Trophy candidate and whatever the case may be, but they not looking good right now. So
is he back or they got Rich Rod's son out there?
Well, Rich son played last week. Did he play last week? Let me see. Yeah, they play Washington. Who they play today? Yeah, they 4-4.
Regardless, they're counterfeit.
They counterfeit.
Whoever.
Yeah, the end of the day, they counterfeit.
Because they feeling.
They got Colorado today. Arizona. Well, they beat Colorado.
What?
Yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
Friday. My counterfeit team. We're gonna stick with the Wildcats.
Maybe they not as counterfeit as I thought.
I got Kentucky. Garbage. Forget counterfeit. They got a kick return for a touchdown last week. That pretty much put them in position to win the game, right? They're not good. They're not ninth. Why are they ranked number 9? The Kentucky Wildcats?
Because SEC.
They're not even ranked number 20 to me. They're not in the top 20. They're not.
In the AP, they're number 11. So they're not even worth that.
How can you be well, they're playing Georgia. I'll take that back. But I was going to say, they're not even favored to win. But they're playing Georgia. And they got about minus what? What is it, -6?
I think it's
6.5.
I think it was 6. Last time I saw it was 6.
It's 9.5.
Now it moved to 9. It should be 20.
No.
Man, Georgia going to beat the brakes out of them. Listen what I say.
It's in Lexington.
Man, I don't care if it's in Paducah, Kentucky.
They got number 1 rushing offense in the SEC. Mr. Snell.
Garbage. They counterfeit.
He's not garbage though.
No, he's not garbage. No. I'm saying Kentucky, they're counterfeit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Arizona back. I forgot they played last night and it was late, but they was losing. They was getting drilled last night.
They still whatever. They counterfeit too.
And Tate is back, by the way.
Tate.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 touchdowns.
Who's your upset of the week?
Actually, I'm gonna go with Penn State. I'm going with Penn State over Michigan. Penn State is 18 or 8-1 after playing a division a rival. Let me check on that. But you pointed out today, Mr. Shea Patterson got to stand up today.
Yeah, he does.
And we saw how Missouri get down.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here we go. Penn State is 18-1 after 2 or more consecutive wins in the last 3 years.
So that one was when they lost to Ohio State.
Possibly.
Yeah, it had to be. Yep.
So, and this is an upset. So I'm taking Penn State.
I'll say this:
Gary is not. I don't think he's playing because I think he's doing the Bosa deal. So
if Michigan wins this game, though, they get in the playoffs. I think they beat Ohio State. This would be a big test because this is usually this game that they lose. So and they lose it like on something stupid. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. My upset. Everyone who's listening and watching, this is why it's called an upset. I have the Cleveland Browns upsetting the Kansas City Chiefs, and don't give me a stop it, G. It's an upset. So I know you went to. The reason why I say this is because you about to give it to me. I know. The reason why.
Stop it.
You close. There it is. Ooh.
The reason why I say this, ladies and
Look, I
gentlemen.
should have gave you one last week, but.
Right, I know, right? Yeah, when I said
Exactly.
Florida State, I had to stick with that. I've been saying that for weeks. But anyway, the Browns will upset KC. The reason why I say that is the fact that I think that Cleveland's defense is great. Believe it or not, it's very good, I should say. I don't think this is horrible, but it's maybe shade to Jacksonville, but I don't think Kansas City played against a better defense than what they're about to play. But not only that, because they made this change, the players are probably like, hallelujah. We know Greg Williams is a former coach. He's going to get this team. One thing Greg going to do, he going to get them fired up. They probably already got a whooping before the game. You know how Greg Williams is. It's probably a bounty on no, let me stop. But I'm just saying that I think this is that team that Kansas City is going to look over. And Browns are excited. They have a new change, new offensive coordinator, new everything. And I think right now they're going to be like, you know what? It's in Cleveland too. Don't let it be any bad weather. I just think this is going to be the upset. It usually happens when teams get rid of their coach and all that. And they got rid of not just a coach. They got rid of everybody. I think I got a call. I missed it. I got a call to come coach, to be an assistant coach. So I'm just saying this is my upset. Remember, I said it. That's all I got to say.
And Greg Williams is the same guy who said he had, 11 job offers under the table? Or something?
Yeah, he had 11 job offers after Buffalo.
Right.
And except for 4 of them, he just had to show up to sign a contract.
Exactly. That's who you rolling with this week.
Stop it.
Thank you. I just had to get a stop it for that. But for him saying that. But hey, you got to say yourself. But no, I really do.
You got to say yourself.
Yeah, you got to say yourself. Yeah. It didn't work, but he had to sell himself. But I really do think that Cleveland has that chance.
Okay.
All right. Over and unders.
You know how you just have that good feeling for a pick?
Do I feel lucky?
Yeah, that's this segment. It's time for Over Under with The Intellectual and Mr. Controversy, only on the 3-Point Conversion.
All right, so with this Over Under going into week 9 in the NFL. So the first one we have is from the previously mentioned Buffalo Bills and Mr. Controversy's hometown Chicago Bears. Who will have more turnovers? The Bills, who are trotting out Nathan Peterman once again, or the Bears?
Stop it. What you mean the Bears? When do we get a ball up like that? We don't even get a ball up like that. Okay, so we had 2 interceptions against
Miami?
No, against we only had one.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, we did fumble. You're right, against Miami. That was a weird game though. But New England
in the red zone. But go ahead.
That was crazy. But no, man,
I think G is trolling Peterman with this question.
That's all he doing. He's trolling Peterman. Because look, I say we get 5 turnovers. We get 3 sack fumbles, 2 interceptions. 5 turnovers the Bears going to get from that quarterback.
The answer is Peterman.
The Bears are number 2 in takeaways this year, and also number 1 in the newest analytical stat called DVOA, defense adjusted value over average. Which
what does that mean? Yes,
it sounds like war in baseball, but anyway,
exactly.
They're number 1 with that. So,
and
it's not crazy to think that the Bills will have more turnovers in that game. Another one is with the Chiefs and the Browns. There are odds to where if Travis Kelce will score a touchdown at all, which is put at its even odds right now that he would score a touchdown against the Browns. So, do you think that he would be able to score against the Browns?
Nope, I don't think so. Like I said, this is a very good defense. I don't think he will score. I think their best chance is going to be like the throwing it deep to
Tyreek
Hill or Watkins. That's it. I don't see them going up the middle like this.
Yes, I think he scores a touchdown.
Man, see, y'all don't even watch.
I think he scores. I think Hunt scores. I think Hill scores.
Andy Reid.
I think Watkins scores. Hell, I even think Patrick Mahomes may run 2 in.
Hey, you got a place kicker scoring too. You got a place kicker.
Yeah, Travis Kelce. Did y'all know that Gronk hadn't scored a touchdown in 56? Something like that. Is it
56 quarters? No, it ain't 56
quarters. Days?
Quarters, I think.
It's got to be days. Well, he scored a touchdown this year, I think.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, because he had an interview to say he thinks the end zone misses him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Grunt.
All right, and the last one is the Patriots and the Packers. Only the second time that Brady and Rodgers have played each other. Pats and Packers have played each other other times, but one of them wasn't starting. So, over under Rodgers and Brady combined for 650 passing yards. Over under 650.
That's 3 apiece.
The only reason this is what holds me right now is the fact that New England is so Packers defense, you can throw on them, but they might. Is Sony Michel playing? I think he questioned still. I don't know. If he doesn't play, then yes. But New England is so like, let's go against what you think we're going to do. But, man, the way... I say yes, because Brady had like 5,000 yards against Buffalo, but no touchdowns. Like 1 touchdown, I think.
Sony Michel is not on the injury report, so it looks like he's playing.
I think they're going to run it down. I still think he gets it, though. I say yes.
I say over.
Yeah, I say over, too. I just think, but I don't know, man. They might just run Sony Michel, man. And if they get that running game going, they're going to stick with it, so. Hopefully, New England beats Packers, so that's all I'm worried about. But all right, that concludes our picks. We will be back with what's on our mind. What's on my mind?
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports,
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
entertainment,
Are you not entertained?
and other special interest talk shows,
Well, isn't that special?
all on one app.
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
What's good, family? I'm Marlon Sucker Free Jones of Sucker Free Life LLC, and I'm locked in every Saturday to the best sports show on the planet, the 3-Point Conversion, with no team or no players off limits. So let's talk sports, the best of the best, the worst of the worst, and everything in between. Can you dig that?
It's time to get in the mind of Mr. Controversy and the Intellectual with What's on My Mind.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Hey, we might bring this back next week. Me and H.O. gonna go at it. I don't know if he's available. I gotta holler at him, you know.
Made me feel like I'm Charlie Clips.
He might be on Oprah. He might be on the Oprah show. I don't know, you know. Jimmy Kimmel, something like that, Dan Patrick. But if he is...
He found the guy that won the Mega Millions a couple weeks ago.
Oh, we did?
No, I'm saying he found it.
Oh, he did? Oh, yeah, I know, right? But we might battle. Mr. Controversy, yes, we'll battle. First time ever battling in Battleground, so we'll see. But anyway, this segment is What's on My Mind, and it is brought to you by Sucker Free Life LLC. Make sure you live your truth for the world to see, because everyone can be sucker free. Make sure you purchase your apparel today, hoodies and all, at facebook.com/Sucker Free Life LLC. All right. So, again, this segment is What's on My Mind. If you're just listening to it for the first time, this is where we like to go in and talk about what's on our minds, what's bothering us, what we don't understand, what we don't get, or what we like, or whatever. Here's what's on my mind. So, Derrick Rose scored 50 points. What was that? Wednesday night. And everybody went ballistic. I did too. He was emotional and everything, which he should have been. Now, the thing is, it was great because we saw this man go through a lot. First of all, we saw the potential. MVP. He was looking like he could be one of the greatest to ever play. Because he was only, 25 years old. 24, 25 years old. 22 when he won MVP. And wow, 22 and you win MVP. And not just and remember, this wasn't today's league. This was still the league where the Boston Celtics were still playing in. Miami Heat had LeBron. This is the first year with LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and so on. The San Antonio Spurs were the San Antonio Spurs. And he blew the league by a storm. I mean, just went crazy. Then we saw the unfortunate injuries. Then we saw the jokes. And we saw the more heartbreaking injuries and more jokes. And he stuck with it. We kept saying, people were wondering, why is he still trying to play? Then he even got to a point where he even questioned himself and wondered if he could play again. In Cleveland. Came back. Now, he comes back and scored 50 points. But people don't realize throughout the season, he's had games where he scored 22, games like 17, 20. So he's been playing pretty well. But it's a testament to his faith, his hard work, dedication, his goals. Sometimes in the NBA, you don't have that anymore. You know, some people don't want to go through that fight. We saw players like Grant Hill go through it, and when he came back, he wasn't the same. You know, we saw a lot of players that go through that, but multiple injuries like him, and then other issues. Think about it. He had the situation with the rape case, the case. I mean, he had all of that, and yet still he's going through all of that, and he's battled back, and he's playing, you know, and some nights at a high level. And maybe he said he wants to continue it. So just thinking about that, I don't put it past him after he said he wants to make history. And I think he's able to do that because of all he's been through, all he's done. He's a shell from what he used to be. But his determination and the way he plays is like, man, if you are not a fan of his or can't congratulate him, I don't get it. And that's what's on my mind.
Congratulations to Mr. D. Rose. I think he's a better person than he is basketball player, and I think he's a pretty darn good basketball player. So shout out to him. But what's on my mind? You know, I don't know if people really understand how sports radio and sports talk works. I think iron sharpens iron a lot of times, not necessarily inside of the studio. A lot of times it's the outside of the studio conversation that sparks our minds or whatever the case may be to really think about certain things. Mm-hmm. We had a conversation this week about the Atlanta Hawks. And sometimes I'm known to be a little passionate about my home team. And not just the home team, but just the state that I was born in. And what I've come to realize is that a lot of people really don't, who's outside of this city and was not bred and born here, don't understand the curse that Atlanta people feel. The sports curse. And we can start back and name Georgia Tech a shared national championship in 91. Georgia Bulldogs a championship in 80. And the Braves a World Series in 95. That's it. That's it. Now, for everybody to move here and to have 6 million people traveling the roads of the surrounding area, causing lateness constantly, we've got to have more championships than that in the major sports. You're talking about the Braves, where Lonnie Smith gets deep off of second base. Kent Herbeck pushes Ron Gantz off first base. All of this is in the World Series. You're talking about Jim Leyritz hitting a 3-run homer against Mark Wohlers when the Braves are up on the Yankees 2-0, and we lose the World Series. We talking about the Falcons finally going to the Super Bowl in 98, and Eugene Robinson is out tricking the day before the game. We talking about one of your superstars that took you to the Super Bowl, Jamal Anderson, can't stay out of jail. We talking about the Atlanta Hawks trading the only icon that you ever had in the state. And that's Dominique Wilkins. I don't even understand how he even comes back to work for them. You hit two hockey teams here, the Atlanta Flames and the Atlanta Thrashers, and you let them walk. The Atlanta United had a chance to do something big last week, but because Tata announced that he's leaving after the season, they played like crap. And what did you expect? It's Atlanta. Georgia Bulldogs last year goes to the national championship game unexpectedly, and all they have to do is continue to feed Sona Michelle. They lose the game to a backup quarterback. Atlanta Falcons are up 28-3 in the Super Bowl, and the rest is history. One of the only franchises that I've ever known that hate their own quarterback. So when people talk about Atlanta sports to me, please understand the history that comes behind this, because it's cursed and it's snake bitten. So when you talk about it, understand the history of what we had to go through or what we've gone through to get to this point. And that's what's on my mind.
I just thought y'all was sorry. I didn't know. But I was kidding, dog. You ain't lying, dog. You're not lying.
But you hear me, though.
I hear you, baby.
But you hear me.
I hear you, dog. I hear you.
Bruh.
Anyway, when you hear this music, you already know what this means. Man, he making me almost want to think about moving my radio show to another city. But I felt that one. But anyway,
man.
Yo, I want to thank everybody who listened. Appreciate you. I'm about to give a couple of shout outs. Stay on, because we might shout you out. First, I want to thank God Almighty for giving us this opportunity to do what we do, and personally to do what I do, to give me the platform, talk mess, speak my mind, make you all happy, upset, want to give me the stop it button.
Thank you, Raphael.
Appreciate that, Jerry. And also, I want to thank our sponsors, Salad Express, Syndicate's Barbershop, and Second Free Life LLC. I want to thank, I know she's going to get mad, but thank Miss Jasmine for helping out. I don't care. Thank you, Jasmine. And I want to thank my engineer, G. And of course, H.O. for stepping in. Appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely, bro. So me?
Yeah.
Hey, man, shout out to 3 Point Conversion Lounge each and every Saturday, man. From 10 to 12. Please tune in, and thanks for tuning in each and every week. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. As, you know, I come in, the relief pitcher. I don't know if I want to be Craig Campbell or...
You definitely don't want to be Mark Wohlers.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. But it's great every Saturday, man, and I hope that we bring you what you need every Saturday morning. The energy. I hope we are your coffee in your drink each and every Saturday. And if you want to continue to listen to some more great sports talk, make sure you tune in every Wednesday, 7 to 9 o'clock p.m. Sports Roundtable. It's me and the SRT crew. Do it up.
I'm not going to say the obvious, because y'all know the obvious. See, he didn't mention my name on Wednesdays. No, I'm just playing. But no, honestly though, yeah, check out the show. Great show, ladies and gentlemen. They have a great show. Always tuned in. So, also, I want to thank my family and friends, beautiful wife, children. Shout out to Kennedy once again, who ran her race. I will find out the results. So proud of her. Also, I want to thank cousins, play cousins, aunties, uncles, nephews, grandparents, and sisters and brothers. Also, appreciate my man D. What's his name?
D. Will.
D. Will. Appreciate you, D. Will, for listening and coming in. You know, I know he was on Horace Live, but he listened to the show. Appreciate you, man. I hope you enjoyed it, man. I hope you listen to it every weekend. Also, I want to thank Alan Fields, Damian Adams, Sucker Free Life, Marlon Jones. Everyone who listened live, make sure you love family. Let family know that you love them. Eat good. Have a great time. Watch the game tonight. Watch all the games this weekend. I'm not even going to jinx this. So, next week, same time, same show, same crazy hosts, same sports nonsense. Until then, will you miss me? I'm out. Peace.
Later.
You just got done listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts at the 3-Point Conversion. And also make sure you check out our website, the3pointconversion.com. Be sure to follow us live and listen every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.